the session on syllogism once again. In the previous class we had talked about the fundamental techniques to solve any syllogism problem. Today we would be just doing a quick recap of what we have done in the last class. Along with that we will do few more unconditional cases of syllogism problems. So there were three things that we talked about in the last class. The first was the concept of a square of opposition. Now square of opposition, we have a diagram, we have a square with A, E, I and O. If I cut these vertically, I have positives on this side and negatives on this side. If I cut this horizontally, I have universals above and particular cases below. So I have, in the first case I can say, for example, I do the same what I did in the previous class. So I have all are red. Here I will say none are red. Here I will say some are red. And here I will say some are not red. So not and none. So negative cases, all and some positive cases, all and none, they are universal cases, and some not. So they are particular cases. So you have A, E, I and O. Now based on this, we have already done three cases yesterday. That was AAA. That means we have three prepositions, we have two premises, and based on that we have a conclusion. So what we try to do is, I have both the premises that start with all and the conclusion also starts with all. If that is the case, out of these four conditions that we consider, so here the red ones are the cancelling terms, P is the predicate, S is the subject. So sky is blue, you have blue as the predicate, S is the sky as the subject. The subject is the minor term which comes from the minor premise. Predicate that comes towards the end in the conclusion is the major term, and that major term forms the major premises. So we have four possible combinations of or four possible arrangements for this. Now in every case that we take from the square of opposition, like we did the three examples yesterday. So AAA, only case 1 comes to be true. In AEE, we have 1 and 2 that comes to be true, and the remaining comes to be invalid. And AII, we have 1 and 3 that comes to be valid. So AII, for example, would be first premise starting with all, second with some, and third again, the conclusion again with some. Now whatever the problem is, whatever way we try to understand the structure of syllogism problem, the only method to solve this would be a Venn diagram. Now Venn diagram, I have these regions marked here. So these are the various regions marked for the Venn diagram. Now this Venn diagram I have taken to make this simpler. So I have taken the same colors. So S or the minor term is this ring. This is the major term and this is the cancelling term. So this would be the connotation that we would be using throughout the lectures. Now there are few things that we need to be very clear before we start solving the problems. First is, none of the syllogism problem is based on real world realities. So whatever premises I am taking, I have to consider that premises as true, and I have to draw a conclusion just based on those premises, not my particular or my real world knowledge. That's the first thing we must be clear with. Second thing, whenever we try to solve the Venn diagram problem, first of all, the cases we would do is all or none. That is A and E. Those would be the first things that we would do always when solving the the syllogism problem with the Venn diagram that we are trying to understand. Now whenever we do all and none, we would shade the excluded region. Usually in a Venn diagram what we do is, the region that is common we shade those, but here we would be shading only the excluded region. So for example, this is parrots and this is animals, and I say all parrots are animals means this is the region. So I will leave this region and I will shade out the remaining region. That means in my example this region does not exist. So that's the first two things that we must be clear with. The next thing, whenever we are dealing with some or some not, we will not mark the excluded region, but we will mark the same region. For example, if I say some parrots are animals, that means those parrots can be here or here. If they were just here, then this x we denote some by x, some and some not by x. So if this region was only here, we would have marked it by x. But since it is falling in both the region, we would put the x on the intersecting line. So we can say it can be outside, this can be inside, or it can be in both the regions. So these are the few fundamental things we must be very clear with before we start solving the further problems. So let's start with the first set of problem, that is the case AEE. Now A, E, I and O. So A means all, E means none. So first is all, none and none. Now this is a case, as you can see here, this is case 4. So I am doing AEE case 4. And AEE is true only with case 4. With all the other cases, it would come to be invalid. Now let's start solving the first question. So as I mentioned, we always start with all or none. So here there is just all or none, so we can use either. Now I would draw the convention here. So blue for animals, red for birds, and orange for parrots. Now all animals are birds. So all animals are birds is this region. So what should I do now? I would let this region remain and exclude the remaining region. So for me this region does not exist because all animals are birds. If I say no birds are parrots, that means none of the bird is parrot, means all the birds are lying in the outer region. So for me this region does not exist. I can remove this region. Now based on this diagram that you can see here, can you say no parrots are animals? So all the parrots now are left in this region because this is the excluded part. So definitely I can say no parrots are animals. So that's a correct conclusion. So if I have these two premises and I try to solve these two premises, I can definitely say the conclusion that is coming up is true. Now let's do another case of AEE. So this is a AEE case 3. Now here what I am trying to do is, I have all birds are animals. So again you have animals, parrots and birds. I say all birds are animals. So all the birds are animals, that means all the birds are lying in this region. So outside this region there would be nothing. So I am marking this out. Now I say no birds are parrots. So you have birds and parrots and none of the bird is parrot. That means which region should I mark out? The first was all birds are animals. So you have all the birds that are coming up in this region. And next is no bird is parrot, means none of the bird would fall in this region because none of the bird is parrot. Now I have a statement, no parrots are animals. That is, we can obviously see is incorrect because there is a region of intersection of parrots and animals. So that conclusion comes to be invalid. So this is an example of AE3 and that comes to be incorrect. Now let's do another case or the next example, that is IAI. So I means some, A means all and I means some. Now there are some and all premises. So what we studied in the first slide today was whenever there is a case of all and some, what we have to do? Now we can easily say I will do all first and then I will solve the problem of some. So I will do all first. So I have animal, birds and parrots. Now I will do all birds are parrots. So all birds are parrots, that means all birds are falling in this region. So I am doing or removing this region. Now My second premise say some birds are animals. So I have some birds which are animals. So here is the remaining section of intersection of birds and animals. So I can put some birds are animals here. So based on this, can I say some parrots are animals? So these are some parrots also and these are animals also. So that is correct. So based on these two premises, I can definitely state that my conclusion is true, and this is a case of IAI 3. Now in case of IAI, 3 and 4 are valid forms, 1 and 2 are invalid forms. So we have already done one of the valid forms. Now let's do one of the invalid forms of the same case. So in this case, so you have parrots, animals and birds. Again I have a premises of some and all. So what should I use first? I will use all first. So I have all parrots are birds. So all the parrots are birds. So all the parrots would lie here. So this is the section that I would ignore or exclude. So all the parrots would be birds. So that is the first premise that I have marked. Some animals are birds. So there are some animals which are birds. So this can be here or here, and we have already done it before. By that logic, where should I mark some? So some is marked with X, that's the first thing. And whenever it's lying in two regions, I mark it in the center of the two lines, or I intersect the lines. So I mark X here. That denotes X can be in this region, or some can be in this region, or some can be in both regions. So what I do is I mark it with X and I put arrows here. So that would help you understand better. So you have some animals which are birds. So some animals which are birds can be here. Some animals which are birds can be here, or they can be present in both the regions. Now based on this, can I draw a conclusion that some parrots are animals? To draw a conclusion that some parrots are animals, I definitely need that this is the region where some animals or birds should be, but there can be case where some animals or birds is just this region. So this region is a null region. If this region is a null region and I say some parrots are animals, that becomes incorrect, because here there are not some parrots that are animals. So based on this premises, if given, I cannot conclude anything about this. I can conclude that this is incorrect if this is the premise that is given. So when there is a premise which says it can be this region or this region, and based on that I am trying to say in particular that some parrots are animals would be true, then it cannot be true, because this some can lie in this region, and once they are lying in this region becomes null. So this conclusion becomes incorrect. So that is an incorrect case, and case 2 of IAI problems. The next is OAO. So O means some are not. Now this is the starting of the problems that deal with not. So we have to be very careful while solving the problems of not. Now what we are trying to do here is, we are trying to understand, again we have two things, we have some and all. Now where should I start with, the first or the second? Now I guess most of you are very thorough with this, so we'll start with second premise, that is all. So I have animals, parrots and birds, the same convention again. So all birds are parrots. All the birds are parrots. So where should I mark the excluded region? So this would be the excluded region, because all the birds are parrots is this region. Now I say some of the birds are not animals. Some of the birds are not animals. So I have the region this that is left, and from these two regions, this is the region where birds are animals. So some of the birds are not animals would be this region. So that is something I have marked again. Now, can I say some parrots are not animals? So that's true. These some birds are some parrots and some parrots are not animals is correct. So based on these two premises, I can definitely say this conclusion is valid, and this is an example of OAO 3 type. Now in OAO, only 3 is a valid form. So I can take either 1, 2 or 4 and it would come to be incorrect. So let's see how. So I have taken another form, that is form 1 of OAO, and let's see what the result comes to be. So again the same issue, you have all and some. So where should I start? I'll start with all. So all parrots are birds. All parrots are birds, that means all the parrots are lying in this region. So I'll remove the remaining region. Now I have removed this region, so I can say this region does not exist in my study. Now can I say all parrots are birds? That comes to be true. Now my second premise is some birds are not animals. So these are birds, these are animals, and there are some birds which are not animals. So outside this region, everything, I can say some birds are not animals. So some birds are not animals here also, and some birds are not animals here also, and here there is some. So what I will use the connotation is X, and where should I place the X? X would be on this intersecting line. That means some are not animals can be here, some are not animals can be here, or they can be in both the regions. Now based on this, can I say some parrots are not animals? If I have all the birds, these some birds that are not animals are just in this region, not in this region, then my assumption, my conclusion that some parrots are not animals becomes incorrect, because this is the region where there is null or nothing. So I cannot say that some parrots are not animals because they are not even lying in this region. All the some birds which are not animals are in this region. So some birds which are not animals are just in this region. If that is the case, my conclusion comes to be incorrect. So based on these two premises, I cannot conclude this statement, and this is a case of OAO. So you have OAO 1 case. So in case of OAO, 1, 2 and 4 would be the incorrect forms. Now let's move on to the next example, that is case of AOO. Now A means all, O means some are not, and O again means some are not. So when we are doing some are not, we need to be very specific about what we are studying, and in case of AOO, only 2 is a valid form, remaining 3 would be invalid form. So let's first do this case. So you have animals, parrots and birds. I have a first premise of all and second of some. So where should I start? I'll start with the first premise here, that is all. I say all animals are birds. So all the animals are birds, that means they are falling in this region. So besides this region, I am excluding out everything. So I am removing this region. Now I have a second premise, some parrots are not birds. So parrots that are not birds. So this is the ring for birds and this is the ring for parrots. Now parrots that are not birds would fall in this region, because this is already excluded. This does not exist in our diagram. Now parrots that are not birds would be in this region. Now based on this, can I conclude some parrots are not animals? So these are the some parrots that are not animals. That is correct. So if I have these two premises, I can say my conclusion is correct. So if I say all animals are bird, once again I am leaving out the all animals are bird, I am excluding the remaining region. The next statement I say some parrots are not birds. So this is the region of some parrots which are not birds. and this is the region of parrots which are birds. So this is the region of some parrots that are not birds. Since these some parrots are not birds, these some parrots are also not animals. So that is again correct. So I have, in this case, based on these two premises, I can definitely say my conclusion is correct. Next, I am taking a AOO case 1. So this is a case 1 of AOO problem. Now here again, what I am trying to do is, I will start with all or some. Now it's very clear to everyone. So I will start with all. So my statement is all birds are animals. So all the birds are animals, that means this region. So which region should I exclude? I would exclude this region. Now my second premise says some parrots are not birds. Where should I put some parrots are not birds? Now some parrots are birds would be this region. So some parrots are not bird would be this region, and some parrots are not bird would be again this region. So I can say I can mark a X at the intersecting line here. So this would be the region where some parrots are not birds, and here again is the region where some parrots are not birds. This is the only region where parrots are birds. Now based on this, can I say some parrots are not animals? If I want that some parrots are not animals, or this some parrots are not birds should be in this region, but if in any case all of them lie in this region, then can I say some parrots are not animals? It would be incorrect, because all of those some are lying here. So I cannot say some parrots are not animals. That would become incorrect because they are outside this region. So this conclusion becomes incorrect. So if I have these two premises, this conclusion becomes incorrect. Next is the last case that we would be discussing today, that is EIO. Now E means no, I means some, and O means some are not. So my premises are no and some, and the conclusion is some are not. So both the things I have to be very careful with. Now where should I start with? Shall I start with no or shall I start with some? As we have already talked about in the first session, first slide, wherever we are using universal facts, be it all or none, we do it first and then we do the case of some. So if I say no animals are birds, so let me mark again, these are animals, these are birds, and these are parrots, and this is a EIO case 2. So the cancelling terms are towards the end. So this is the case that is formed. So I have EIO case 2. Now there is interesting fact to know about EIO, that in EIO, be it case 1, 2, 3 or 4, all would be true. Now let's see how. So we would be discussing first case 2, and we would be discussing the universal premise first. So I have the universal premise that says no animals are birds. So no animal are bird. That means animals and birds are totally segregated. So no animal is bird. I would shade out this region. That is the first thing I would do. Now some parrots are birds. There are some parrots which are birds. So I would mark them in this region. So if I am marking them in this region, now can I say some parrots are not animals? Since these some parrots are coming here, I am saying these some parrots are not animals. That is correct. So my conclusion holds true. So I have some parrots are birds, which is this region. I will repeat once again. So between birds and parrots, I have removed the universal fact, that is the premise 1. So this region is excluded, that does not exist in my Venn diagram anymore. Now I have the only region that intersects between bird and parrot is this region. So I have some parrots that are birds in this region. Now based on this, if I am trying to draw a conclusion, some parrots are not animals. So these some parrots are not animals. That's true. So this conclusion comes to be true. So that was the case of EIO case 2. Now let's move on to the next case, that is EIO 1. So I have bird and bird here. So that's the first case that I am trying to discuss here. So when I am taking EIO case 1, let's see what comes up. This is birds, this is animals, and this is parrots again. Now what should I take? Should I take no or should I take some? So we have a definite answer. I will take the first premise first. And whenever I am taking the universal premise, what I am doing is I am excluding out the regions. So no birds are animals. So no birds should be animals. Would be what region? So that means there is no relationship between birds and animals. So no birds are animals. So this would be the region. Now I say some parrots are birds. So again the same thing that comes up. The only intersection that remains between birds and parrots is this, and here I mark some we denote by X. So I mark the X here and I say some parrots are birds. That is true only in this region. Now based on this, can I conclude then some parrots are not animals? Definitely some parrots are not animals because they are not lying in this region. So these some parrots are not animals. So that is again correct. So as we can see in EIO case 1 that we have again discussed, this comes to be true. So EIO is a unique example where all the 4 cases will come to be true. Today whatever we have discussed fall under the category of unconditional cases. In the next class on syllogism, we would be talking about just the conditional cases, and we will see how things vary and what factors we have to take into account while talking about conditional factors or conditionally valid forms. With this, we cover the second set of class, the part 2 of syllogism problems. You can subscribe to ExamRace channel for the subsequent lectures on syllogism. We would be doing another class on conditional syllogism and a subsequent class where we would be discussing some of the exam related problems that have come up in various exams.